Hello again, everyone, and thank you for joining us on our weekly Watch Party Wednesday. I'm Lee Gordon, coming to you live from Chicago, home of Brunswick Corporation. We are thrilled, as always, to welcome in our incredible Freedom Boat Club owners and members from around the world. And tonight, we got two for you. We are very pleased to present the Freedom Boat Club owners of the Pacific Northwest, Sean Ottenbreit from FBC in Tacoma, and Nicholas Hoagie from FBC in Seattle. Will be hosting our exclusive club spotlight at their 11 boat club destinations across Washington. Before we get into this, guys, you have two of what I would say maybe the best backgrounds. We got Sean, you look like you're in Club Med right now. And Nick, you look like you're in the war room of the Seattle Seahawks. So congratulations. Right. You guys win by far. The best background job so far.
Thank you.
Thanks. No problem. So let's start, Sean, with you. And we talk a lot about icebreakers. And we talk about our Freedom Social Club and our Spotify list. And we've got a new Taste of Freedom series on Spotify. Sean, let's start with you. You're out on the water. You're having a great time. What's the first song you turn on to get going?
Probably a little Into the Mystic with Van Morrison.
Very nice. Everybody keeps saying Jimmy Buffett. That's a very nice change of pace. Nick, what about you?
So I like to tailor my music to my boating activity. If I'm on a freshwater lake, I'm a Top Gun soundtrack guy, Highway to the Danger Zone. I want to go fast on the lake. If I'm cruising on the Sound, I love classical music. And the mountains, especially snow-capped mountains out here, it's pretty spectacular on the Puget Sound. So that's what I go to.
I was going to say we almost need you to take the computer and turn it just so we can see the outside, because if it's anything like Tacoma right now, I'm getting a little jealous here in the basement in Chicago.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's
all right.
It's pretty sweet.
It's all good. So you guys, before coming here, you both had very incredible and very standout careers before getting into Freedom Boat Club. Sean, marketing analytics across Hewlett and Ernst & Young. Nick, you studied strategic military operations, served as a psychological operations specialist for the Army. You got your pilot's license. So first question with you guys, more importantly, again, Nick, let's start with you on this one. What made you go from that life to the life that you have now?
I transitioned out of the military really into sales and business. And for me, my quick story is I was chasing the almighty dollar, and I just wanted business just because I thought that's what I was supposed to do next. And I jammed at that for 4 or 5 years, and it didn't make me happy. And I was wearing the suit to the office every single day. And I was living in Tampa, Florida at the time, and I was staring at the water 7 days a week. I was like, why am I not boating? I have to just go boating. And I walked into a Freedom Boat Club asking for a dockmaster job. I just wanted to, even if it meant I just had to clean boats, I wanted to be on the water. As it would happen, a sales position opened up, and then that was my foot in the door to parlay sales and boating with Freedom Boat Club's a perfect combination. And I've absolutely fell in love with Freedom Boat Club. And I told John Giglio in my interview that I might want to open a franchise one day. And here we are.
Here you guys are 11 clubs later. And Sean, what about you? What made you go from the life that you had with big companies that you had and get into Freedom Boat Club on the water? And again, I mean, it's obvious based on what's behind you, but what's the background there?
Really my wife. The higher you got up in corporate America, you're working 89 hours a week for 20 years. And she just said, for my health, you've always wanted to open a business. Now's a good time to do that. And I found Freedom Boat Club in a franchise Inc. 500 magazine. So
very nice, you guys.
Yeah,
that's incredible. I mean, the story, the best part about when we talk to guys is the stories. You all have this great story, these great backgrounds that led you to where you are. And of course, this Freedom Boat Club is the largest social club in the world, the #1 social club for boaters. And I don't get a chance to go up to Washington much. I've been there a couple of times, but haven't had a chance to go boating. As you guys look beyond COVID, when COVID is beyond us, it's just a clear memory. What are some of the things and some of the locations that you guys and your members are going to get back to doing that maybe you're not able to do right now? Nick, let's start with you.
For me, the big one that comes to mind is Seafair. Seafair is a serious party on the water here in Lake Washington, and I know all of our members love going out for that. And so I can't wait for that to come back. That's a big deal here in Seattle. We're missing Seafair this year.
Sean, what about you?
Yeah, for us, our most popular training in the past has been locks training. So we get groups of people together. Last year, as we continue to grow, last year was our largest event. We had 7 or 8 boats there, 60 members. Went through the Ballard locks up into the lake. Went for lunch. So really, it's helping to train our members to understand how to go through the locks, and it's probably one of the most popular destinations when folks come to visit our members from out of town, or they want to show them the city. That's a great spot, one of hundreds. So.
And Nick, I got to ask you, so I'm a big sports fan, and obviously Seattle's a huge sports market. Do any of the locations, any of the stadiums, are you able to take your boat up there? Can you go to a Hawks game on a boat, or are they pretty inland?
You can't go to a Hawks game, but a lot of some members are starting to get the idea of boat gating at the Husky Stadium. Okay. I think it's the Husky Stadium right there on Lake Union. Or not Lake Union, but just east of Lake Union, closer to Lake Washington. There's a big boat gating spot for that stadium, and starting to really get that. There's lots of mooring balls ready to go, and it's all set up for it.
Hopefully we get some college football this year. And you guys, you talked about being in Tampa, Florida, and seeing the Freedom Boat Club in Tampa. And we've got almost 240 locations now at Freedom Boat Club. And reciprocity is the thing that everybody seems to love, where if you're a member at one, you can still boat wherever you can. But as you guys talk about the different fleet of boats, everybody's different. Tampa's going to be different than New York's going to be different than Washington. Sean, let's start with you. What kind of boats could members expect to see when they come and join Freedom Boat Club by you?
Yeah, you're going to find a really unique fleet. I think, Lee, here in the Pacific Northwest, we've got year-round boating. Temperatures range from, mid 40s in the winter to, it was 97 the other day. So that was a record temperature. So large variation, and you can boat year-round. It's a little weather dependent. We have storms that come through the area, so, we may be closed for 2 or 3 days, in November, and then Thanksgiving week, you've got 4 or 5 just absolutely gorgeous days. We've got enclosed pilot houses, so you can be warm in the winter and just kind of boat and enjoy the scenery here. And aluminum fishing boats you don't see in a lot of places around the country. It's pretty popular up here in the Pacific Northwest. And then we've got our, kind of some of the seasonal stuff, the bow riders and the tri-tunes and stuff that people love to get out and enjoy in the summer, spring, and early fall months.
Very nice. What about in Seattle? What could members up there expect to see?
Well, I want to touch on what Sean said too. With the same as the pilot house experience, it's so different than your hurricane deck boats in Florida. To piggyback on what Sean said, one of the favorite things that I love about the Pacific Northwest is, sure, it rains a lot, but our best kept secret is, it doesn't freeze or snow here. So in January, in our pilot houses, and we have a huge variation of them, Sean touched on the aluminum pilot houses. We also have tons of different ones. My favorite being a Defiant San Juan, but you're boating in January and it's 55 degrees outside and sunny on days when the rain stops, and it does stop and the sun does come out. Well, in that pilot house, inside the pilot house, the Defiant San Juan, for example, it's 70 degrees inside the pilot house without a heater. So you're taking your jacket off and you're boating in January with the snow-capped mountains, and you're saying to yourself, I can't believe it's January and there's nowhere else I'd rather be. So it really is, the Pacific Northwest fleet is unbelievable, unique experience.
That's spectacular. I last week or 2 weeks ago, I said I've got to get up to Maine. I think I'm going to change my course as soon as we can. I'm coming up there, you guys. Maybe in January, because it does freeze here. It freezes hard.
Yeah.
So I'm coming up. Well, you talked about the pilot houses. You talked about the snow-capped mountains, and it's a beautiful sight to see out in the Pacific Northwest. And without further ado, let's enjoy this exclusive video from our Club Spotlight Washington.
I'm Sean Albright with Freedom Boat Club Puget Sound. In the Puget Sound, we've got 1.2 million acres of water, 41 marine state parks, 60 towns and cities that you can visit. It's just extremely vast, well-protected waters, and we're excited to show it to you. We got a little different weather here in the Pacific Northwest, so we've got a good mix of covered boats, pilot houses, covered fishing boats, aluminum fishing boats, bow riders, pontoons. We've got some that are, your seasonal boating, and we've got boats for year-round. We've got 11 locations here in Washington, all the way south down to Olympia and north up to the San Juan Islands in Anacortes, Washington. So Tacoma is our #1 location. We started here. This was the first location, opened August 12th, 2017. It's our largest location. You've got a lot of stuff to do downtown. The city's actually put over $200 million just last year into the new Dune Peninsula Park. You got Gig Harbor, Quartermaster Harbor from this location, and then heading down into the south. Our Port Orchard location was new this year. 5 boats here right by the fuel dock. You can see the easy access. It's a good launching point to the central Puget Sound. Same with Bremerton, which is right across the way, right at the Bremerton Marina. Captain Kevin here doing a virtual training. Port Washington Narrows right around the corner. We've got the Boat Shed restaurant over here. An easy cruise up into Silverdale through the Port Washington Narrows, underneath the Manette Bridge and the Warren Street Bridge. This is the Paulsbo location. Beautiful area, got a Scandinavian background. Plenty of shops, restaurants, and things to do right here in the city as well. It's one of the most popular destinations in Puget Sound in terms of boating. We've got a great staff of people across all of our locations. There's easy access to the docks, so there's a place to come unload all your gear. I'd like to invite everyone across the country here down to the Puget Sound. Come and enjoy our clubs. We've got some of the best outdoor boating here in the continental U.S. We'd love to have you come and visit.
Hey guys, I'm Nick, the owner of Freedom Boat Club.
I'm Keith, the membership executive, and we believe life is better on the water.
Freedom Boat Club is the ultimate boating lifestyle because we own all the boats and you get all the adventure. What that means for you is you get all the benefits of boat ownership without any of the hassle. We do all the work, we do the maintenance, we handle the insurance. The boats are clean, gassed up, ready to rock and roll for you. Just show up at the dock, have your adventure, we take care of the rest.
The first step after joining the club is you complete a custom new member orientation. So whether you're brand new to boating or been boating your whole life, we get everyone out on the water. From there, reserve a boat. We have a huge fleet of boats for every adventure. Show up at the docks with your family and friends. Enjoy a great day. Fishing, cruising, wake surfing, whatever activities you want, get out on the water and have fun.
Freedom Boat Club is the world's oldest and largest members-only boat club. We have over 200 locations worldwide, and as a member, you can enjoy them all. It's so awesome. We handle everything, so you worry about nothing. This is about you getting freedom on the water with people you love, making memories that last a lifetime. This is Boating Made Simple. This is Freedom Boat Club.
Well, Sean and Nick, I can't thank you enough for joining us on our weekly Watch Party Wednesday. Members, be sure to join us next week for our exclusive Labor Day special. And thanks again for joining us this evening. Remember to tune in every Wednesday at 7 o'clock Eastern for our Freedom Social Watch Party Wednesdays.